In the ever-twisting maze that is Port Charles, hearts collide in the most unexpected ways, and General Hospital fans know that nothing stays buried forever. In a shocking and emotionally complex storyline, it seems a new romantic connection might be blooming between two of the least likely people in town, Assistant District Attorney Molly Lansing Davis and stable hand-turned-hero Cody Bell. What began as a few sparks of tension is rapidly transforming into something neither of them expected. But can Molly, still reeling from heartbreak and betrayal, really be falling for someone like Cody? And is Cody truly ready to open his heart again after the Sasha saga? Let's dive into this explosive 4,000-word breakdown of the storyline shaking up Port Charles and why fans can't look away. Molly Lansing Davis has always been the straight-laced, no-nonsense member of the Davis family. With her firm moral compass and sharp intellect, she was the one everyone expected to follow a pristine path. That was, until the heartbreaking fallout with T.J. Ashford. What began as a small crack widened into a gaping chasm. The surrogacy journey was supposed to bring them closer, but instead, it opened wounds that never truly healed. Molly, driven by her ideals, struggled to reconcile her dreams with the reality of TJ's decisions. When tensions boiled over during the custody conversations after Christina's tragic death, a storyline still haunting Port Charles, the damage was done. TJ moved out. A once picture-perfect couple fractured under the weight of loss, pressure, and grief. Though both insisted it was temporary, weeks turned to months, and hearts began to wander. On the other side of town, Cody Bell was trying to piece together his own life after the Sasha debacle. Once a con man with a questionable past, Cody had slowly earned redemption in the eyes of many after saving Sasha from Gladys and the dark forces manipulating her breakdown. His bond with Sasha had everyone rooting for them, but when she left town for a long-term mental health retreat, Cody was left, lost. The Quartermain stables were peaceful, but Cody wasn't. Haunted by choices, secrets, and longing, he tried to lay low. But trouble, or in this case Molly, has a way of showing up when least expected. It started at the courthouse. Cody had been brought in to testify in a low-level animal cruelty case. He'd witnessed someone mistreating a horse at a nearby event. Molly, the ADA on the case, had no expectations. But as Cody sat on the stand, something shifted. His passion for animals, his protective instincts, the sincerity in his voice, it all caught her off guard. After the trial, they bumped into each other again. She was surprised he even remembered her name. He joked that he doesn't forget smart girls with fire in their eyes. That fire? It flared again. Their first real conversation wasn't romantic. It was a heated debate. Molly, always the justice seeker, challenged Cody on his past cons, his use of lies to cover pain. Cody, surprisingly introspective, admitted to it all. He didn't excuse himself, but offered a piece of his heart in explanation. That raw honesty stunned her. Over coffee at Kelly's, a spontaneous follow-up chat turned into something deeper. Molly found herself laughing, a sound that hadn't escaped her lips in weeks. Cody listened to her ramble about work, politics, family, and ethics. He didn't always agree, but he respected her. For the first time in a long time, Molly felt seen. When word got around, thanks to a curious eye from Maxie seeing the two at the Metro Court pool bar, the Davis family imploded. Alexis confronted Molly first. "You're grieving. Vulnerable. This isn't like you, Molly." But Molly wasn't a teenager anymore. "Maybe that's the problem, Mom. Everyone keeps expecting me to be who I was. Maybe I've changed." Sam, meanwhile, offered a more empathetic but cautious take. "Just be careful. Cody's heart is good, but his past is messy. I don't want you to get caught in it." Still, neither of their warnings stopped Molly from texting Cody that night. As fate would have it, TJ returned to General Hospital sooner than expected, temporarily reassigned after a crisis in the West Coast hospital he'd been working in. And it didn't take long before he spotted Molly at the park, sitting close to Cody, laughing. The pain in TJ's eyes was unmistakable. He confronted her later that evening, and their argument was a devastating mirror of all that had gone unsaid. "So that's it?" TJ asked bitterly. We break up, and you run to a guy who makes a living with horses and half-truths? Molly didn't flinch. He listens. He sees me. And he doesn't expect me to be perfect. Cody, for all his swagger, wasn't immune to self-doubt. Seeing the chaos his budding connection with Molly caused, he started to second-guess everything. He visited Sasha, who had returned briefly for a follow-up evaluation. I think I'm falling for someone, he admitted. And she's nothing like me. Sasha, wise from her own pain, told him. Maybe that's exactly why she's the one. Don't sabotage it. You deserve good things too, Cody. With those words ringing in his ears, Cody made a decision. No more running. If Molly wanted him, flaws and all, he'd stop pretending he didn't care. Meanwhile, Carly Spencer, ever the protector of Port Charles's more vulnerable hearts, caught wind of the situation from Sam and decided to pay Cody a visit. Are you really ready for this? She asked. Molly's not just another pretty face. She's DA blood, Davis pride, and straight-edge steel. You screw this up and you'll lose more than just her. Cody nodded. I know. I'm not playing games. Carly, after a long pause, actually smiled. Good. Because for some reason, I think you two could work. One night, under the stars at the Quartermain stables, Cody and Molly shared a moment that would alter the course of both their lives. She came by to see the horses, a simple excuse. But when she saw Cody brushing the mane of a young colt, her heart fluttered. You're good with them, she whispered. They don't judge. Just feel, Cody replied. And then, before either of them could say more, Molly stepped forward. Their kiss was gentle, cautious, but quickly deepened, all the restraint breaking like a dam bursting under the weight of unspoken need. It wasn't lust. It was longing, healing, discovery. Gossip spreads like wildfire in Port Charles, and it didn't take long for mouths to move. Brooke Lynn, ever observant, commented to Chase, "Did you see Cody with Molly? Something's definitely happening there." Even Sunny noticed, especially when Cody missed a scheduled meeting for a minor job and blamed it on unexpected personal commitments. Don't let emotions get in the way of smart moves, Sunny warned, though not unkindly. And then there was Jordan, who found herself questioning Cody's increasing presence at City Hall. You thinking of switching careers? She teased. I'm just supporting someone who might change my life, he said cryptically. In a twist nobody saw coming, Molly found a letter Christina had written before her tragic accident, a letter intended for Molly, but never delivered. In it, Christina confessed she had always suspected Molly was unhappy in her structured, predictable life. You need someone who challenges you, who lives outside the lines, someone who shakes you up. Molly broke down sobbing, reading the letter on her apartment floor. It felt like Christina had reached out from beyond to bless this new path. When she told Cody about the letter, he held her hand. Maybe your sister knew us better than we knew ourselves. But this is General Hospital. No story stays sweet for long. TJ, devastated but unwilling to give up, has vowed to fight for Molly. His return to Port Charles is permanent, and he's gunning for both reconciliation and professional revenge. Rumors suggest he may bring a formal ethics complaint against Cody, citing an inappropriate relationship with an ADA. Meanwhile, Sasha, though supportive, is still clearly wounded when she sees how much Cody has moved on. Will she remain a friend or become a threat? And then there's Diane Miller, who warns Molly that her personal choices may soon affect her legal standing if any cases involving Cody's past surface. Yes. Unequivocally. Molly Lansing Davis, the town's brightest legal mind, is falling for Cody Bell, Port Charles's wild card with a soul full of scars. Their chemistry is undeniable, their history complicated, and their future uncertain. But it's real. And in a town full of betrayals, ghosts, and shattered dreams, real is a rare and beautiful thing. Whether it lasts, only time will tell. But one thing's certain, Port Charles is watching, hearts are invested, and the next chapter of this love story will be one to remember. TJ's bold move puts Molly in the hot seat. Will she resign as ADA? Cody faces a blast from the past. A mysterious woman claiming to be his ex-fiancée arrives in Port Charles. Diane receives troubling news about a reopened case involving Cody. Will Molly be forced to choose between love and the law? Don't miss a moment of the drama, the passion, and the heartbreak on General Hospital, where love always has a price.